now we're going to the start of every show, which is the chat completions. So let's stop this here and just let me show you the code first. This one we're going to run on Blazor. Even though we can actually do this type of property editor for Windows Forms, I just didn't have the time, so I just did it for one platform. So let's close all of this. And let's check this. So this is in the previous meetup, I showed the integration of the chat component into a XAF application because it's not a default property editor. It doesn't come with XAF. I did it for demonstration purposes. So you know that basically the idea is here that we have the chat component here and that we handle the message sent. So for the most common scenario is the message sent, we save the message in the message history, which is basically a list of or an enumerable of chat messages from the AI extensions, because semantic kernel have something that is called chat history, actually. That is another type of collection. So, and then we execute the most simple case, complete chat async. And then the result we added to the collection of messages, so we can concatenate all the history. And then we return to the chat control the response of the AI of the chat completion that executed in here. What happened in here? Context. Well, something happened there. I don't know what was the problem, but okay. So this is the most simple case. We inject the client. So we have a parameter that is a client, and we get from the same helper that we had before. So if we go to definition, is this helper here? So in this case, for example, if you want the model to execute functions, to execute your own plugins, let's say like that, you have to use this middleware. But right now we're not seeing that part, even though it doesn't matter if you have it on or off, if you're not executing functions actually. So you will see that this is the most basic case. You set the chat client, and then you just ask for a completion, and then you put it in the history. That's it. It's the most simple case. So let's run this. And let's see how this goes. So we're almost done. We have like 2 more cases, and it's done. So, but I'm really happy about this example. So I hope that you can take a look to them. You download the repo, and if you have any doubt, just send me a message. You can find me in the Facebook group, in Twitter. Basically, I post everywhere or in LinkedIn. So, okay, admin, the super username without password, of course. And I'm not going to explain actually how to integrate the chat component. We did that in the last, in the last meetup. So chat client with UI. So basically here we're going to be interacting with the chat client that we created from OpenAI, and then we put it inside of the chat client of Microsoft AI extension. So let's something simple. What is C#? Okay, so here we have the answer from the model in English. Oh, this is too big for the chat. So I cannot paste it here. So I'm just going to put the first part. And now I will just do something. If we enable the pipeline again, and let's put this on Spanish and run it really fast. Basically what it's going to do is, let's stop. Let's show two at the same time. So I'm going to show other middleware at the same time. So there is another middleware that I created one of these days, which is the rate limit. Rate limit is basically to reject if you're getting too many requests too fast, like if people is typing just like this and pressing enter, you don't want to waste those calls to the AI, right? So there is another middleware that is a rate limiter, which is actually an object in .NET. And the thing is that we need to explore the framework, right? Sometimes we write something that it already exists inside of the framework, but we just don't know the name. So we're going to use this rate limit. So what it's going to do this is basically it's going to create us a fixed window rate limit operation, which means if there are more operations than this amount of operations in this time frame, is going to reject the other ones. So basically, this is what is doing the magic. It's basically doing the locking, and if there are more requests than the one that we have count in that time frame, it will return a message rate limit exceed. This will not go to the AI actually. It will just return a message to the chat history. So with this, we can avoid people just typing one letter and sending a request to the server. So right now we have a really big time limit. Why? Because the chat component from Developer Express is on experimental stages. It's like a type of beta or alpha release. So the chat takes some time between you hit send and then you can type again. There is some time window there. So that's why this is so big. Because usually a rate limiter should be like lower, like 5 seconds or 3 seconds or something like that. But I just did 15 because the control takes some time on allow you to send in a new message. So we're going to see the rate limit right now and since we're passing the middleware to the chat client, it's going to be in Spanish and it's going to have a rate limiter. I wonder if the message is going to be still in English because it's hard coded. So the rate limit message. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so chat client with UI. So what is shout? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste it so I don't have to type it again. So we send this and we send this again and we pass it. See, rate limit exceeded. So it means that there are more requests than the one that we set for limit. There was one that was actually in the background and we can have only one in the limit window. So one each 15 seconds. So the second one was rejected, as you can see here by the rate limit middleware. So that's really nice. And also the other middleware is working. So you can see the definition of C# is now in the Spanish language. For the Spanish speaking people in the group, there is the message on the chat.